It is the first pay-per-view of the year, UFC 257. It's lined up for this weekend, and we touched on it. The biggest star in the sport, Conor McGregor. He's lined up for a rematch against Dustin Poirier. This was done, of course, in less than 2 minutes the first time around, but that's been several years. It's a different weight class. Guys have matured. It's a lot different fight now, I think. So what do we see happening here? Let's give us some keys to victory and how this thing plays out. We'll put 3 minutes on the clock to give you a little time to break it down. Danny Segura, let's start with you.
So I think it's very interesting. I recently spoke to Dustin Poirier's coach, Mike Brown, and he actually had a lot of interesting points to say. You can check that out on MMAJunkie.com. And one of them was being how much durable Dustin Poirier is at 145. I mean, 155, then 145. Remember, the first time they fought, it was, 10 pounds south at featherweight. And I got to agree with that. I mean, we saw him, have some rough fights at 145 pounds. And ever since he went up to 155, he's just had amazing performances, and he's been hard to put away. And he's fought some killers. Eddie Alvarez, Justin Gaethje, Dan Hooker. I mean, you just got to go down the list. So I don't think Conor McGregor is going to get him out that easy, keeping that in mind. And also, look, a big thing that was going into that fight was that Conor McGregor at that time in his rise, it was a very quick rise at featherweight and also a very unknown. People weren't really sure what they were getting themselves into when getting ready for a Conor McGregor fight. And at this point, they know exactly what to face when meet with the challenge of Conor McGregor. So I think it's a much more different situation, and I expect a much more durable Poirier, smarter, more experienced, more poised. I don't know. I'm going with Poirier in this one.
Interesting. All right. So leaning on the durability there, I think that's certainly going to play in. Familiarity as well, right? I mean, you're used to the circus that Conor McGregor brings surrounding him. So, George, what do you think? Is this a different fight? How's this going to play out?
Very different. Both guys are very much more experienced, especially Dustin Poirier. He's been through a lot and then accomplished one of his goals, which was to be a world champion. But basically, it's something you're going to hear a lot this week. You got to get out of that first round. I mean, Conor McGregor retains a lot of power regardless of what round you're in. That guy's just got heavy hands naturally. However, it does diminish a little bit as it goes on, just like any other fighter. So that's the key, is not letting this guy get off to a quick start. Yeah, in that early round, that's when Conor's throwing his kicks. That's when he's throwing his hardest. He's got to get out of that first round and just take him into deeper waters, like you'll always hear.
Yeah, avoid that big left hand, right? That's the one that puts everybody out. Mike, what do you think? Is Dustin Poirier going to be able to do that, though? That is a dangerous weapon, or is this Conor McGregor's night?
Yeah, well, I think Dustin knows what he needs to do. I just had the chance to speak with him out here not that long ago. You can watch that interview on our YouTube and go to MMA Junkie. And he's very aware that Conor has serious power early in this fight, and he wants a blood and guts type of fight. That was his quote. He knows that the longer it goes, the more advantageous it is in his favor. He's shown that he can go 5 rounds hard and really keep up that pace and even pick up the pace later in the fight. Conor McGregor hasn't really showed that. The Nate Diaz fight was really the only indication, the second one, and some people could say that he should have lost that decision. So I think the longer this goes, it's Poirier's big chance, and if it ends early, Conor McGregor is almost certainly going to be the one getting his hand raised.
Boy, I can't wait to see it. I mean, we like to see Conor McGregor do the spectacular, right? But a test between these two guys, a real extended battle, sure would be a lot of fun to watch. So we'll see how it goes.
Hey sports fans, if you want to see more videos like this, check out some of our other ones right here. And if you like what you see, make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more from USA Today Sports.